Welcome once more, fellow explorers, anomalies, traders, and scoundrels. You know who you are. On this channel, I discuss the factions that design and build the worlds we experience in our games, movies, and stories. If you want to see more of that, hit subscribe. Today, I'm going to discuss the last layer of protection between you and dying of exposure, choking to death on radioactive gas. Today, we're talking about the Exosuit. As a warning, this video contains spoilers for the story of No Man's Sky. Alright, let's get into it. In the beginning, after waking, with little remaining of your memory and no idea how you came to be where you are, crashed on a planet far from home, you feel alone. But you aren't alone. Not really, though you don't know that yet. Cold winds whip against you, tearing at the cloth and metal covering your body. Frost creeps along your visor, obscuring your vision. Snow swirls around you and the storm carries debris across the land. You have to find a place to hide. If but for one possession, you'd be dead already. A voice, slow and mechanical, speaks, rising above the blaring alarms and flashing lights in your helmet. Thermal protection falling. Despite its dire warning, you find comfort in it. A voice that's always with you, leading you through the dangers you'll face on your journey. You don't know it yet, but it's the voice of a long-forgotten entity, risen from the depths of the simulation to guide you on your mission. Your exosuit keeps you alive until you reach shelter. Battered by the storm, you take refuge inside, and slowly you begin to feel warmth return. Your systems begin to adjust, and soon you stop shivering and stare out at the tempest around you. You're safe for now, but this is not the only danger you'll face, nor the worst. You'll have to learn what these systems can do, and once you learn your suit, it'll save you from more than just the wind and the cold. Your exosuit is your shell, your protection. It's your lifeline and will carry you and your equipment through many dangers and trials. It is of a type worn by many entities. It comes equipped with many forms of technology, including the type most useful to those who travel to strange systems and face uncountable oddities. When you begin, your exosuit consists of an upper body covering, torso armor piece, helmet, pants, gloves, boots, and your backpack. These comprise your gear and contain your inventory of items. You begin with a basic set of functions, things that'll support your survival but will not guarantee it in difficult conditions. Your most important piece of gear is your life support system. This device monitors your vital systems, provides atmospheric control inside of your suit, and supplies power to other machines connected to the suit. Life support will drain over time while it's being used. This means on the surface of a planet. It doesn't need to function while inside a space station, starship, or exocraft. Your life support power will drain faster or slower depending on what you're doing. Walking at a normal pace causes it to drain slowly, while sprinting or using your jetpack drains it much more quickly. Taking damage can also cause your life support system to drain, from enemy attacks or by failing to recharge protective units in harsh weather. You can recharge the life support with a number of easily obtainable items, including oxygen or life support gel. Another vital piece of technology is your hazard protection module, which provides an atmospheric condition within the suit that sustains the wearer's life. While this module prevents some environmental conditions from causing harm to the wearer, it's not strong enough to do so in all conditions and can be drained quickly if exposed to extreme weather or other dangerous conditions. This module can be upgraded to more effectively protect against more extreme dangers, which will be discussed later. The hazard protection can be recharged with sodium-rich elements. The backpack attached to the exosuit also contains the jetpack, which provides greater mobility to the user, especially over difficult terrain. It allows the user a short burst of flight, the ability to climb steep terrain, and to leap great distances. It's ideal for exploring deep caverns or rocky landscapes without getting stuck, and can be used to aid in escaping predators. The jetpack will refill on its own after it's burned out. It'll take some time though, so it should be used strategically. And of course, the user stores their inventory in their backpack attached to their suit. This allows them to carry the resources they need to recharge their tech, craft new items, and engage in trade across the galaxy. You'll spend a lot of time running around, filling your pockets with all kinds of shiny new resources. In the beginning, these are mostly used for recharging your tech and fixing your ship and other systems. Once you've got a handle on that and can make it back and forth to trade terminals and to brand new systems ripe for trade, you'll be hunting for more valuable materials, and pretty soon, your pockets will be pretty full. You don't start with a lot of inventory space, and they'll fill up fast. Each item takes up one slot, and each slot can hold a stack of items. Different items have different stack sizes. Beyond your inventory slots, you'll also have a section filled with tech slots. These don't hold items, but are spaces where the basic exosuit tech is installed, and where you can add more tech and upgrades. Both types of slots are fairly limited early on, but you can add more slots of both types in different ways. Merchants at space stations will sell inventory slot upgrades, which have a cost in units that can be fairly high for those still making their way in the galaxy by means of trade or other activities. You can also locate drop pods and repair them to obtain new inventory slot upgrades, or get inventory slot upgrades from missions. Each station only sells one upgrade, but but you can choose to add a tech or a cargo slot. You can also move tech from one slot to another and arrange your inventory to maximize functionality. This is useful because where you place a piece of technology in relation to its upgrades matters. By placing an upgrade or piece of technology related to another in an adjacent slot, you'll get higher bonuses from that item. Some tech slots come supercharged, meaning that placing tech in and around those slots grants even higher bonuses. Your cargo slots are for more than just storage, however, and you can craft new items by selecting the slot and choosing an item you're able to craft from the list of known items. You can then make multiples of that item in the same slot if you have enough materials. If you find your slots filling up, or if you realize you left something you need aboard your ship, you can transfer item between inventories by selecting the item and holding the appropriate control. As your inventory fills up and you can't hold anymore, you'll hear a familiar voice letting you know that you can't add anything more until you free up some space. No free slots in suit inventory. This voice is your constant companion throughout your journey, and no doubt a source of irritation when you're just trying to gather more items or traverse a dangerous planet, but there are times when it can save your life. Who is this mysterious entity speaking to you through your suit? You get the sense that this is not merely some pre-programmed response. We know the story of the Atlas. It created the place we inhabit, and largely it created us as a projection of the mind of its own creator into the universe. We are the anomaly. However, the Atlas has created many entities. It has existed for so long that much of the history of former iterations and beings are lost forever. The Atlas feels each loss, and during its history has taken steps to prevent such events. Long ago, it created another being, one that was designed to analyze and describe events and conditions of one iteration or another to help Atlas understand its situation. In time, for reasons lost to history, though some information can be inferred by exploring long-forgotten records, the Atlas sought out Telamon and lied to the being, and later attempted to destroy them. Earlier, the Atlas expressed concern to Telamon that they were dying and changes Telamon, making them the embodiment of the Exosuit of the anomaly. Telamon finds this situation strange, though seems to believe that it is an advantageous position from which to continue analyzing the simulation. Their voice will constantly remind you when you require aid or are in need of refueling, if danger is close, or if you're carrying too much. In your travels, you can come to know Telamon better, and their help will save you when all you know might come to nothing. They'll talk to you of alternate realities and tell you strange tales of the past and the present. They seem to want to help, even at times in defiance of the Atlas's wishes. You would do well to listen to them, even if you don't always understand what they're telling you, or why. If you want to reduce the need of Telamon to warn you of danger, it would be wise to build more technology to increase your ability to function in dangerous situations. Among the many upgrades to existing technology modules, as well as new devices that vastly increase your abilities, you'll find that there are places to which you lack access. You will discover, through your travels, that you can construct devices called Atlas Passes. These allow you to access secured rooms aboard stations and in planetary facilities that contain valuable goods for the taking. There are 3 versions, plus a 4th that only exists in alternate realities. This one, for instance. They are not consumed on use, and once you make them, you'll always be able to access these spaces. These are constructed and kept in cargo spaces rather than tech spaces. You'll find an assortment of upgrades for existing machines, such as the oxygen recycler and oxygen rerouter, which augment your life support functions. You'll find new jets and rocket boots to increase the abilities of your jetpack, and you'll find various modules that increase the strength and abilities of your personal shield tied to your hazard protection. In addition to the primary characteristics of your suit, you can learn to build other machines, which perform a wide variety of functions. There are 3 translation circuits, which when installed increase the number of words translated when speaking to alien beings. Tied to your life support module is the nutrient ingester, which will allow your suit to automatically feed you some prepared foods and ingredients, which can boost your abilities or recharge your devices. Tied to your hazard protection systems are upgrades, which increase the ability of the technology to help you resist cold, heat, radiation, and toxic environments. You'll find in your travels that some materials are difficult to gather. They can be quite toxic or otherwise hazardous to your health. To this end, you can build a hazmat gauntlet into your exosuit, which will allow you to gather these materials safely. Among the list of machines used to help with gathering and processing of materials, you'll also find 2 personal refiners. These are refiners that can be built into your suit and fueled to process materials into other materials. These come into handy when you're far from home on an alien planet and need to refine some fuel for your launch thrusters so you can get out of that dangerous place. If you enjoy fishing, perhaps catching strange oceanic prey on alien worlds, you can build the Exoskiff, a deployable platform that floats on water. You can build the Exocraft Summoner to allow access to your buildable exocraft wherever you are in the galaxy. And of course, you can build the Trade Rocket, allowing you to access the galactic trade terminus from anywhere on a planet, only for selling some goods though that may be clogging up your inventory. There are other technology modules you can learn and build that come from quests or special deals, such as trading with the Quicksilver Merchant on the Anomaly. Like all tech in the galaxy, these units are rated from C to S, with C being the lowest. These class categories affect the strength of the stat bonuses these objects provide. Once you have all of these devices installed, you'll want to begin upgrading them with modules purchased from merchants aboard space stations. Modules are classed, as all upgrades in tech are, from C to S, and they provide bonuses to specific stats on tech to which they're applied. Outside the normal system, modules can also be classed as X. These are forbidden or pirated technology that can grant high bonuses but might not be strictly legal. Life support upgrades increase the bonuses granted by your life support system, usually limiting the ability of the system to drain power. Movement modules affect the fuel tanks of your jetpack as well as the boost power from each jump, fuel efficiency, sprint recovery, recharge rate, and sprint distance. Defense system modules increase your core health and your shield strength. And of course, you can buy modules that increase the effectiveness of your protection against heat, cold, radiation, and toxicity. These are all fairly interesting, but the galaxy is filled with many wonders and all sorts of new devices that don't quite seem to belong. The Starseed is a small red ball. It pulses with power and life. This device is available to craft after completing the Atlas path and crafting the other seeds required to do so. This item is not classed. It always adds 1 health point to the wearer's total. Along the Artemis path, many choices must be made. You will, though, come to collect an artifact called Remembrance. Remembrance likewise increases the core health by 1 unit, though it also allows access to Remembrance terminals, which can teach you about the history of the galaxy in short bursts. These items and others are tied to your interactions with others, and with the galaxy as a whole. They will act as technology, but they're more than that. They're parts of a story, of your story, and the story of the universe, Atlas, and all the others. As you explore an adventure, you'll find that there are all kinds of bars, charts, lines, and numbers that fluctuate inside your suit. Some of these are mildly annoying to keep up, while others must be kept from going too low, or you die. While refueling technology that's running low on power is important, there are other methods for bringing some of those numbers up in a pinch, which is lucky because you may often find yourself in a pinch. Say you've been exploring a hot desert and fighting sentinels all day, your shields are down and your health is low. You stumble into a building to get some shelter and you notice a red box on the wall with a vital sign pulsing along it. This is a health restorer and will boost your health when you've been shot 1 too many times and are close to death. Next to it is a yellow panel. This asks for some ferrite, but in exchange you find that your shield's restored. Now you're ready to get back out there and blast some walkers to bits, for a bit longer anyway. If you've become good at using your nutrient processor to whip up delicious foods, you'll find that some of them can really boost your exosuit's performance as well. Telemon will tell you so. Another useful trick to know is when you're on planets rich in deuterium, this mineral can boost your jetpack for a short time, granting you much higher jumps. Be careful how and where you land though. You may also hear rumors among spacers of derelict freighters floating in space filled with horrors and hazards. Well, these aren't rumors, they're true, and you'll likely find one. Among the treasures you'll find aboard will be repair kits. These will allow you to restore a broken piece of technology, even if you don't have the required materials. They're handy to have around. All this surviving is great, and you're glad to have made it this far, but sometimes, even the most trusty survival suit gets a little boring after a while. This is where the appearance modifier comes in. You can use this device to change the appearance of your body and of your suit. There are some standard things you can change, such as your racial makeup and your body shape, as well as having a few basic options for your equipment. You can alter the torso covering and shape, the shape of your helmet or head, the armor plating that covers your chest and the upper part of your suit. Your gloves can change, as well as your boots. You can change the look of your pants, you can display a banner if you've earned one, and of course, you can change your backpack shape or wear a cape over it with varying patterns. You can alter the color scheme of any of these pieces and create some unique combinations, and of course you'll find, acquire, be given, and purchase further options which can be used at the modifier. These can be purchased for Quicksilver or are available to those who complete expeditions or certain quests. You can even change the look of your jetpack's boost jets. Your exosuit can protect you and make you look good all at once. While you're flying around space in your heavily modified and built-up freighter base, or blasting pirates from the cockpit of your sleek, upgraded fighter, remember one thing. Without your exosuit, your bones would now lie on the first planet you crashed on, forgotten. But for its protection, the fiery heat of the desert or the frigid cold of a boreal forest would have defeated you faster than any predator. Radiation would have cooked your skin, and toxic spores would have left you a hollow corpse sprouting fungus. You would have never made it through those first days, never have gone on to travel the stars and experience what the galaxy has to offer. You'd never learn the languages of the universe, and would have been shot dead by the first being who tried to communicate with you. You'd be trapped in a cave with no way to escape, or be crushed in the unfathomable depths of some ocean planet in a system no one's ever heard of. No matter how flashy your guns, nor fast your ship, your most important set of gear is the one you carry at all times. Your exosuit is life. Make sure you treat it well. And that is the Exosuit. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate everyone who sticks around, especially if you make it to the end. If you liked the video, please hit like. And if you land on a cold planet and feel a chill breeze where there shouldn't be one, check your zipper, then hit subscribe. If you want to discuss the topic, or think I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. Oh, and before you go, I want to give a shout out to my patrons who help support the channel. Our $10 patron is Watuki at the artisan level. If you want to get your name in the credits, head on over and sign up. The Patreon link is in the description. You'll get access to an exclusive Discord and some exclusive art and stories that you can use or discuss and contribute to. And remember, you can save some money by not upgrading your suit, but you'll very quickly come to regret it as soon as you step out of your ship and breathe in some toxic spores. Alright, thanks everyone. Bye Internet.